Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video giving my thoughts on one of our newer characters from the Walking Dead comic book series, and that is of the leader of the Whisperers, Alpha. So since I've read The Walking Dead issue 144, which was one of the biggest, craziest, most shocking episodes in all of the Walking Dead series, be it, TV or a comic book, just an extremely shocking and crazy issue, I've wanted to do this video kind of giving my thoughts on who is Alpha. Now that said, we're still kind of getting to know her, but I feel like at this time we have enough to kind of, talk about the character, the choices she's made already, and the type of villain or the type of survivor that Rick, the survivors, and the joint communities, Alexandria and the others, are up against. And I know I'm going to get this question, so let's just get it out of the way right now before people start asking in the comments. It's going to be a long time before we see this character in the TV series. I would probably guess somewhere around in the teens in terms of seasons. Hopefully The Walking Dead gets there. I'm sure it will. This would probably be like season even 12, 13, 14, that type of time range. This is a character that's way in the future from where we're at right now in the TV series. But that said, going into Comic-Con, releasing that issue 144 was a huge one for this character because we really got lulled into kind of a sense of security with the Whisperers. At first, they came off as a very intimidating, very scary group, of course, wearing the skins of zombies to sort of blend in, so to speak. But at the beginning, it seemed like Alpha was pretty reasonable. She was a character that, okay, you killed a few of my men, maybe I, killed a few of yours, or this type of thing has happened, and, we're going to go ahead and let that go. Just give me my daughter back, Lydia, of course, who Carl has developed a relationship with very quickly. And, we'll go our separate ways. You stay out of our territory, we'll stay out of yours, and everything will be great. C'est la vie. Of course, things don't work out that way as we see, Carl go ahead and go after Lydia, not allow her to leave, and that decision right there from him ends up causing a huge chain reaction of different events in the Walking Dead comic book series. And here we're going to get into spoilers. So heads up, if you really don't want to know anything about the Whisperers, I suggest you stop watching. Okay, so Alpha's first appearance is in The Walking Dead issue 132. And, even as the name suggests, Alpha, usually you would hear Alpha male, but in this case it is actually, Alpha is a female, indeed, is a mother, even though she kind of, even though emotionally seems to still understand that she is a mother. She has very weird philosophy on her Whisperers and on survival at that point. She views her Whisperers basically as a group of animals. They are not human beings, and she believes that Rick's world or the survivors' communities are basically a shrine to a long dead world. She says she says to Rick after she's seen what he has in terms of the communities, "I've seen how you live. I've walked your streets. It's a joke. Life is blood and pain and sacrifice. You think you have accomplished so much, but I look around at what you've done and I see children playing a game of make-believe. You've built a shrine to a long-dead world. We are animals who always pretended we are not. You work and toil towards restoring a life where you exercise so you can sit in a chair and let a box lie to you until all your thoughts are gone. My people, the Whisperers, our lives are true. We live the full lives we were always meant to. You strive to return to a life as slaves to our petty desires instead of recognizing the gift this world has to offer, the gift of freedom." So she's very stoic, as you can hear from her idea of life is basically pain and suffering and hard work and bare bones survival, which is basically how the Whisperers live. They don't live in houses; they live in an open kind of camp. They seem to be moving a lot, and they do have their territory, but they don't have shelter. They kind of live off the land, so to speak, and scavenge what they can, whereas Rick and the joint communities groups have evolved quite a bit, I want to say, in terms of their civilization, where they can actually produce their own food, they can create their own weapons, they have blacksmiths, they are able to cast bullets, and they're able to do all these kind of more advanced things. Alpha has basically taken her whisperers to a different direction, where they've just gone the other way instead of trying to kind of evolve their society upwards closer to what we have now in the zombie apocalypse. She's gone the other route, and she's gone down to basically saying that this is what we are. We are animals. We are, the bare bones of survival. We are just like a, pack of wolves or mad dogs, so to speak. So very, very interesting character. Of course, afterwards, I won't get into too many spoilers here because I know a lot of people haven't read issue 144. But she makes some decisions and she does some certain things that are questionable and very conflicting. And it's very interesting. She basically gives Rick her daughter, Lydia, because even though she doesn't believe that his life is the real life, that they should be living, she still wants the best for her daughter. So she gives up her daughter in a conflicted manner to Rick in order to live there. But at the same time, as Rick and the others leave in issue 144, as we got to see, she was pretty busy while she was checking out their community, and she had actually killed a good number of survivors. We won't get into any names or anything like that. If you want to know who they are, watch my review of The Walking Dead issue 144. Go to the channel, click the spotlight search tool, and just type in 144, and you'll find my review. Yeah, very conflicting and interesting character. My breakdown of how I see Alpha, and even the name itself, is all about dominance. She's all about, usually alpha male, but alpha female in this case, completely dominating others. And what she was doing in issue 144, I believe, is that she was trying to sort of put Rick and the group in their place, that the Whisperers are superior, they are alpha, and Rick and the joint communities need to be submissive to that. And as such, she weakens their numbers right off the bat. She takes out a few of their very noteworthy people, and even though that, for that reason, it might seem like a good idea, I think she is also inadvertently, I don't think on purpose, but at least it doesn't seem to, she started an entire war, I would think. But we'll have to see how that part plays out, because that hasn't happened yet. So a very interesting kind of, since human beings are not the top of the food chain anymore, they have to kind of, blend in. They have to camouflage, so to speak. They have to become chameleons and, kind of bow to the will of the dead, so to speak. So all about superiority, all about control with regards to, I would say, leveling, not caring too much for your morals and your ethics. Allowing certain craziness to happen, such as rape and such as, whatever else the Whisperers have been up to, whatever else they do, murder and everything of the sort. Restricting kind of these emotional feelings and totally obsessed with the dominance and the superiority as she shows Rick her zombie horde, so to speak, to show him what she has, to show her dominance in the way that she does. So definitely an interesting villain, psychologically conflicted, very, very interesting in terms of her choices and her philosophy, her psychology on life and surviving in the zombie apocalypse. So there's kind of your introduction for anybody who hasn't read the Walking Dead comic book series, who just wants to know about the character. Like I said, probably in the teens in terms of seasons 12 to 15. And she's definitely an interesting character. Whether you like her or hate her, most people I'm sure will hate her because you're supposed to not like our villains in the Walking Dead. But I think she will go down as one of the biggest, right up there with Negan and the Governor and many others. Just a very, very fearsome leader, a very fearsome group that she has put together here with the kind of savage Whisperers. So let me know what you guys think about Alpha, what you thought about The Walking Dead issue 144. 145 will be hitting in August, so can't wait for that. And just let me know psychologically what you guys think about the character. Write it in the comments below. I think it's very, very interesting. And of course, Carl, Lydia, that relationship there, and also what you think Rick is going to do next. Let me know what you guys think about all that. If you like the video, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, please share it, please favorite it. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can click the button at the bottom left to subscribe, and you'll get all of my Walking Dead videos in your subscriber box almost daily. That's it for this one, guys. I'll see you again really soon. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Don't be a deadhead. Subscribe.